took so long. Still I believed, and now the one I succeeded. What are the words? Will find me eventually. Pray through the night. Felt so alone. Good morning, my friends. I had a lovely request from a lovely subscriber a long time ago to do Mariah Carey's If It's Over live at the Grammys. I think it was live at the Grammys. I don't even remember, but I'm so excited to do it because I love that song and I love Mariah Carey. Fun fact about me, I am a Mariah Carey bitch. I don't know if anybody's gonna watch this because everybody on this channel is loving Ariana Grande content, which I like to make. I love Ariana Grande's voice, but I hope y'all watch this because Mariah Carey is such a legend. A, she's such an icon and she's hilarious, and B, I really think she modernized singing and pushed it to brand new levels. I think her and Whitney Houston, huge innovators of singing. I think she is a pop music legend. There's really an art to writing catchy pop tunes that stay with you and they stay stuck in your head and that make you happy. I have a master's degree in jazz. I just graduated college a few weeks ago. Woo! But for a long time, I went to school and I studied really, really complex music, which is jazz. It's harmonically and rhythmically very, very complicated. A lot of people, myself included at the time, were like, oh, pop music is so easy, lame, that's for non-musicians. But it really wasn't until I started writing my own music that I realized how much artistry and creativity it takes to write a timeless melody that stays with you for generations. So I think Mariah is a legend and I think she is a great vocalist. So I'm so excited to react to this video. I hope y'all watch it. That being said, we know that Mariah Carey's vocal health has not always been great. I honestly do not know the reason for that. There are some technical issues that I'm going to be looking out for. I've actually never seen this performance, even though I love this song. I had a teacher tell me that Mariah was the first to do a lot of things, such as these crazy high mix belts and those whistle tones and the super airy head voice. But when you're the first person to do something, you don't have all these generations of singers before you to study. So I had a teacher who told me that that could be the reason for a lot of technical issues, a lot of strain in her voice. Then I had another teacher tell me that I think Mariah really struggled with a pill addiction or with substance abuse. I honestly don't know a lot about her personal life. I know that she's had some mental health problems and addiction really runs rampant amongst musicians and people in entertainment. So that will really take a toll on your voice and that could be a contributing factor to her vocal health struggles later in her life. So watching this, I'm going to be on the lookout for any questionable technique. We all make mistakes. If you like this video and you like my voice and my vibe, please do me a favor, leave me a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. All of your engagement really helps my videos and helps my voice be reached by more people. But anyway, let's get to the video. Ugh, I love the gospel choir in this song. I know a big influence of Mariah's was the church. The church influenced so many great soulful singers, so I'm not surprised by that at all. And I love that she's playing homage to her roots. And also, look at that amazing walk forward. So iconic. Listen to the color on that. And she has a really full lower register.
Won't you talk to me? This is so out of hand. Out of
hand. She's really kind of smiling and bringing that note forward. Mariah uses a lot of different placements and different tones in her voice. So right there, she already gave us a variety of several. This is so, so out of hand. So, hear the difference between so and hand. So out of hand.
hand.
And right there, how she starts the phrase versus how she ends it. Out of hand. Hear the real richness in the bottom.
Things gone wrong.
I love how she started that with a nice straight tone. And she gave us a good crescendo through it. Something's gone wrong. Something. Really nice, really tasteful.
Things gone wrong.
I liked that at the end. Seriously? What do you want from me? You're so needy.
With the life that we led. Won't you look at me?
I always love it. Won't you look at me? The like mix on won't. It's not won't you look at me. It's won't you look at me. She really brings that note. And did you hear that nice, even though there's a turn on it, she doesn't use any vibrato on the word my gaze. How it contrasts, it's a clear sound, there's no air on it, and her vowels kind of has some ah in it. That note really sticks out in that phrase.
Yes, you are. And it seems like you changed.
You changed. I like that flip into the head voice on you. You've changed. It's not you've changed. It's low enough that she could have belted it, but she didn't, which I like.
In so many ways. Oh, it is unfair. It is unright.
How she scoops into that top note. Right, my heart.
If it's really gone,
and that's my favorite part. Really gone, then tell me. And she makes it dark and colorful all the time. It's not, if it's really gone. It's not bright, it is dark and it's rich.
then tell me tonight if it's over. If it's over.
An audience member would probably listen to this and think, wow, she is belting those high notes. And she goes even higher and belts them. But it's really not a belt. She is flipping into her head voice. I can hear it. Over! If it's over! She's putting head voice on it, but she's using her placement, she's bringing it forward, and she's taking air out of that sound to make it sound like a belt. Ariana Grande does that all the time. And Mariah was one of the pioneers of this kind of thing. One of many. There are many people in this generation doing it. But right here we get a really nice, clear moment of it where there's no strain.
If it's over, let me go. Let me go.
Go. That's a really hard run. I can't do that.
Don't you know?
Don't know. That was another one. Those are easy to strain, but there's head voice on it, there's no air in it, and it's forward and powerful, so it sounds like a belt.
I don't need.
And right there, did you hear a little flip? I liked it. It gave us a good difference in the timbre. I don't need. She doesn't go, I don't need. She starts the phrase in a mixy chest voice, and then on the word need, she pops into the head voice. She also doesn't go, I don't need. She goes, I don't need. Hear the difference? It's subtle, but it makes it dynamic.
No apologies. No.
And I love that. No. That little run right there, she starts it in a big mix, and then by the time she finishes, she's back in a breathier, softer placement. No. It's not no, which would be the whole thing in a mix. And it's also not no, which would be the whole thing in a head voice. Hear the different placements? Hear the different timbres we're getting?
I'm not looking for
Now, right there on the word looking for was a little bit strenuous. It kind of sounded like a yell. Looking for! I don't even want to do it because I don't want to strain myself. But a better, healthier mix belt, because that's really high, would be if I heard it more in her nose. It wasn't forward. So and she's also going like this with her hands. So that sounded like she might have strained that a little bit. And I also noticed she didn't get quite all the way up to the note. It's not looking for, and she went. She didn't get up to that E. Not looking for. She gave us kind of a not looking for. She didn't get all the way up there, and I think there was too much chest in it, and she kind of yelled it a little bit, which was a little bit strenuous. But again, subtle, one note is not going to kill you.
I'm not looking for no sympathy,
And right there was clean as fuck. She puts darkness on the ends of a lot of her phrases, and she slides right into that rich spot in her voice and makes it really dark. Hear how when she starts the word no, it's really bright and forward, but by the time she gets to the end, it's dark and rich.
no sympathy,
And I love how she plays on the words, no sympathy. That like she hangs on that s, and she gives some rhythm to it. I really enjoyed that.
all I'm asking for is for your honesty.
And I liked that little girl, honesty. You gotta be careful doing those. They can be a little strenuous. I try to use them sparingly, but it feels good, man, when somebody does. You know what I'm really loving? The expression on her face. The way she's looking around, the way she's using her arms. She's really singing to the audience. Pop singers today sometimes forget to do that. I guess in society, right now, there's just so much like emphasis on looking beautiful and looking like an Instagram model all the time. Like sometimes I'm watching Ariana Grande and I'm like, girl, smile. Like, give us something. Make an ugly face. I know it's in there. It's just reserved. Because I mean, I imagine if I was singing with like cameras pointed at me constantly and like screenshots of my face on magazines, like I would probably not want to make faces. But I'm just loving Mariah's emotion and the way you can see it on her face.
Won't you give it to me? Give it to me now.
The little turn on the end, she gets it so clean.
It just isn't right. 'Cause if it's really gone, you got to say the word tonight. Oh yeah. If it's over.
Some of these honestly are starting to sound a little strenuous. I can't really tell because this is a 1993, 1992 recording and the audio isn't what it would be today. But there's just like a hint of raspiness and they're not super forward. I would have liked to hear a little bit more nasal quality because it's much healthier and easier to get a powerful mixed belt or a powerful head dominant mix when your voice is right here in your nasal resonators. When you put them farther back in your face and you're really up here in the stratosphere, it becomes really easy to squeeze them out. And I'm hearing just a little hint of raspiness in Mariah's voice. She has a natural rasp, but up here at the top of her voice, hearing it, it makes me think there's a little bit of a strain. And when you're in this really like emotional climax of the song, it's really easy to just be like, fuck it. And all of a sudden you're like screaming out high notes. I know I've done that a million times. Nobody's thinking about technique when they're singing a powerful ballad like this. So it totally happened. But us singers, we gotta be careful because we only have one voice. I could buy another saxophone. It'd be expensive, but I could buy another saxophone. I can't buy another voice. One time when I was student teaching, I was in front of a class of first graders and they were being so loud. And I was doing some vocal warm-ups with them. I was saying, repeat after me. Woo! But that quickly turned into them screaming. And I flipped my lid for a second and I said, if you scream, you will damage your voice. If you damage your voice, you will never get another one. And this whole group of first graders went, I didn't even really mean that to be scary. And honestly, I know that's not true because I know of people who have vocal injuries, they happen, and that you can definitely heal and recover from them. But I just needed these kids to stop yelling while I'm talking.
Oh yeah. If it's over, if it's over, baby, if it's over.
If it's over. I loved that space and that punchiness of it's not if it's over, it's if it's over. The space, the staccato-ness of those two notes. It feels like I'm being punched in the face. That's a lot of turns. If it's so, I'm really finding it hard to attack that note and get it in tune when it's short like that.
Why don't you let me know, baby, if it's over? Let me go.
Oh, the runs on the end. Oh, Mariah. That one's tricky. But she's really stretching those notes out, and she's getting this long run at the end of her tank of air, which is crazy. Not quite as fast, but that's pretty much it. And she finishes with a nice Mariah Carey has a lot of natural speed to her voice. She has this incredible wide natural range, and she has a beautiful darker tone. This is such a good song. But yeah, that is my reaction. I hope you guys watch this because there's literally so much we can learn from Mariah. One of my favorites. I love her so much. Watching this, it makes me happy. I really feel the emotion. So please, if you enjoyed this, like, comment, and subscribe. I have such a passion for teaching and for sharing my love of music with others. When you start to break apart the details and notice little things like that, music just becomes so much more interesting. I hear music every day and I'm always bewildered by little decisions that singers are making. And I just want to share that with others. And to those of you who already support me, I love you so much. Reading your beautiful comments makes my day, and it makes me so happy that you guys enjoy this content and that you watch me and you come back every week. So please enjoy your day. Take care of yourself. Listen to some good music. I love you. Mwah.